Hello everyone and I welcome all of you to BYJU'S Exam Prep. Guys, in today's session we are going to be dealing with, this is slot 2 for the Christ University. We are going to be dealing with the important questions which have come this year in the examination so that you can be completely prepared for your examination which comes next year. Again, I am reiterating this. If you have any type of doubts with the sessions, or if you have any doubt with which course you should be going for, which college is the best one for you, please feel free to call up our counselors on the number given on your screen, or you can write to us at support@byju'sexamprep.com, and hopefully they are going to solve your doubts. Now, first of all, as you know, we have a special BBA IPM course coming up for you. It was just launched a few days back. Now, the very first question which came this time, the fifth edition of the annual MED, the Mediterranean Dialogue, is being held in which city? Is it being held in Paris? Is it being held in Rome? Is it being held in London? Or is it happening in New Delhi? Have a look at the options and let me know which one you think is correct. Obviously, you can write down your answers there in the comment box below, and I will obviously be looking into it. So those of you who have given the answer to this time, or you have actually given the exams this time and you're confused about which answer is going to be the correct one, please have a look at this. Hopefully it's going to really help you out in your preparation. Yes. So yeah. Hello, Kisna. All right. The answer here is going to be B, Rome. As you know, um, it took place for the first time in 2015, the Mediterranean Dialogue, and it was held in November or December at the hotel in Rome, and is preceded by Towards Med, a series of preparatory events in other countries of the world about relevant themes concerning the Mediterranean region. The next one. Which planet produces seeds? Which plant, sorry, produces seeds but no fruit? Ferns, Pinus, Chara, or Mercantia? Look at this question very, very closely. See the options, look at it, and tell me which one you think is correct. So the answer here is going to be B. The gymnosperms, as you know, are basically the fruits which have naked seeds and they do not have their ovules, uh, and it's not really exposed. So the seeds that develop after fertilization are not covered. So obviously, the answer here is going to be B, the pinus plant. The next one: which Indian state assembly play the national anthem after almost 60 years? I mean, this is a very simple question. You really don't need a lot of knowledge about this, but then you can understand which state has been asking for secession. Is it Assam? Is it Manipur? Is it Nagaland? Or is it Meghalaya? See the options. Closely have a look at the options. Okay. So the answer is C, as you know, Nagaland. All of you know that very recently Nagaland was always in the news. It was raging in the news. One of the major reasons is that Nagaland was a place which actually had the AFSPA on it. And recently we were talking about removing it. The Vineet Joshi committee was there, and I remember discussing it in great detail. So Nagaland was given statehood in 1963, and it was the 16th state of the Indian Union. Though it played the national anthem, it was not mandatory in state assemblies, and the practice is usually followed in many states. The next question. Together, the right and left lungs can have how many lobes? 3, 4, 5, or 6? 3, 4, 5, or 6? See the options. Okay. The answer is C, 5. The next one. Who is the author of the book Half Girlfriend? There was a movie about it also recently. There was a movie which had come out, and I'm sure many of you must have seen that movie. Chetan Bhagat, Ruskin Bond, Kalyan Krishnamurti, or Arvind Adiga? See the options. It's a simple question, a very simple option here. So have a look at this and tell me which one you think is correct. Yes. So this one is obviously Chetan Bhagat. He's an Indian author and columnist. He's given like written like so many books, and most of his books are written in very simple English. Most of the Indians can relate to it, and hence he's a very famous, a very famous author. He was recently concluded as one of the most influential people of the world in 2010. The next one, which instrument is used to measure the electric current? Voltmeter, ammeter, speedometer, or the ohm meter? Okay, as you know, the electric current is usually measured by the unit, the SI unit of amperes. So, an ampere is a device which is used to measure the electric current in amperes, as I told you. So, it is used to measure current in a circuit, to break the circuit open and insert an ammeter so that we can understand how exactly the current is flowing. The next one, Malika Sarabhai is associated to which field? Folk music, classical dance, social activist, or is it social activist, badminton, or hockey? See the options carefully, look at the options, and please let me know the answer. Yes, the answer here is B, Indian classical dancer. She's a choreographer very well known for the promotion of arts as a vehicle for social change. The next question, which artery does not carry oxygenated blood in the human body? Cardiac artery, renal artery, hepatic artery, or the pulmonary artery? Okay, so this is going to be D, the pulmonary artery. As you know, it does not carry oxygenated blood. Rather, it carries all the deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle to the lungs. It is usually split in two parts, left pulmonary and the right pulmonary. The next one. In 2016, the Supreme Court struck down a law passed by the then state government terminating the Sutlej Yamuna Link, the SYL canal, water sharing agreement with the neighboring states. Which year was this law passed in, the Sutlej Yamuna Link? 2002, 2004, 2006, or the 2008? Okay. So the answer here is going to be B, 2004. Okay. The next question, which of the various non-conventional sources of energy which have been tapped, which energy has the largest potential? Wind energy, solar power, biomass, or none of these? Yes, obviously, we all know the answer is in the solar energy. All of you know that very recently we had made the International Solar Alliance. We had discussed about the OSO work and so many things in our online classroom programs, guys. And this was something which you could have easily answered had you known the answer for this. The next one. Among the transactions Which transaction will have no impact on the stockholders' equity? Net loss, investment of cash by stockholders, dividends to stockholders, or purchase of land from the bank loan. Stockholders' equity. Quickly have a look at the options. Very good, Sakshi. Very good, Kinza. Very good, SC. Great. So yes, this one is known as D, the purchase of land from the proceed of bank loans. It is actually going to be the shareholders equity. The next one, in order to access the femoral art pulse, you would palpate the patient between the anterior and the superior iliac spines, on the interior surface of the foot, in the groin, along the crease midway between the pubic bone and the anterior iliac crest. It's a tough one. It's a very tough one actually. But the femoral artery is something you must have definitely heard about. Femoral artery, something which provides blood. So have a look at the options. Yes. So this one is going to be D, between the crease midway between the pubic bone and the anterior iliac crest. फीमर बोन का नाम आप लोगों ने सुना होगा. आपके बॉडी का सबसे लंबा बोन माना जाता है फीमर बोन. So and you know that the femur bone is nothing but the thigh bone. तो थोड़ा सा अगर आप उसको ट्रांसलेट करो and a little bit of application of common sense, this was a question which could have been done. The next one, assets are recorded at the original price according to which of the following? The historical cost principle, the materiality principle, the cost benefit principle, or the consistency principle. Yes. So the answer is B, the cost principle, also known as the historical cost principle, states that the asset should be recorded at a original cost rather than current market value. The next question. Which disease was found in groundnut? The downy mildew, citrus canker, ticca leaf spots, or none of the above? Okay. The answer here is A. Groundnuts are produced as rabi crops as well as kharif crops. So the ticca disease causes complete defoliation and loss of the crop. It was news in this year because obviously a very large quantity of groundnut in India was affected. The next one, financial information should be neutral and bias free is the dictation of which of the following? Completeness concept, faithful representation concept, objectivity concept, or duality concept. Okay. So here the answer is C. It's going to be C, objectivity concept. All right. The next one. The assets that can be easily converted into cash with a short period, that is 1 year or less, is known as which of the following? Current asset, fixed asset, intangible asset, or investments. Yes. So this one is obviously the current asset. As you know, current assets have high liquidity. They are also known as liquid assets. They play a vital role in the calculation of the working capital. And if you know they are sold in a very small time, then it is good. The next one, in the peripheral nervous system, the tissue types are which of the following? Nerves and ganglia, gray matter and white matter, gray and ganglia, or all of the above. Okay. So the answer here is A. It has two types of tissues, nerves and ganglia. ना? चलिए next वाले पे आते हैं. Matching concept does not include one of the following. The revenues of a particular period must match with the expenses of that period. The concept also required allocation of cost on different accounting periods. Revenues should not be accorded if there is a reasonable certainty about the realization, and the comparison of incomes and expenses of a given period gives the net profit or loss of that particular period. Yes, the answer is B. The revenues of a particular period must match with the expenses of that period. It is also the concept also required allocation of cost of different accounting periods. Revenue should be recorded if there is a reasonable certainty about its realization. The next one. So with that, guys, I think this is done. So with that, we come to an end with the session today, guys. The questions, they were on a total basis. If you have a look at it, we had a total of approximately 18 questions here. And you all know that for the preparation strategy, we had very good courses for you. Those of you who are absolutely planning to give the examination in a few years, in a few days, or if you're planning to give it in the next year, or if you're planning it again, please make sure that you're trying to give it again. And also, please prepare properly this time. Do not try. If you've done well, congratulations. You can talk to us about which college you should go to and which course you should be selecting for yourself. If you want, we can help you there. And also call us the counselors, call up the counselors.